So, my name is Jesse James Guerra. This is going on Facebook, so you guys probably know that. But I'll probably put it on other platforms. So I have an interesting week, month, life. My life is somewhat interesting. I'm a very understated individual. Sometimes I show the stuff I live, and sometimes it looks crazy. But anyway, I consider myself a boring person, but my life is exciting. I'm gonna run down the last 10 days, I guess, or the last 8 days, 6 days. So today I'm sleeping. It's 1 something p.m. I'm sleeping in bed. I get a call, and it's from the jewelers. It's Windsor Jewelers, and they called me, and they said, "Hello, before man, speak to Jesse Guerra." And I was like, "This is Jesse Guerra." He's like, "My name is Armando. I There's a gift for you. It's been sent here. It's for you. It's wrapped up. And then so I'm asked the address and stuff like that. And I asked him. I said, "Is it a long jeans chronograph?" And he's like, "It's wrapped up. I can't tell that." And he's like, "But when you come in, just speak to. It has a note. Speak to me. So just come in, ask for me." And so I was like, "Give me the address." He gave me the address. I said, "I'll be there." I said, "What time do you close?" So I should be there at 4 something, 4:20, and I suspect that it might be a Longines chronograph watch that I've been eyeing since 2000, since I went to a watch expo in Thailand in 2018, and I've been watching it even more closely now. I've been watching YouTube videos. The other day I posted a video of that watch on YouTube. It's a review of it. And I was thinking of actually booking a flight to Switzerland and first reaching out to the president of the company in Switzerland, reaching out to them and telling them that I want to go over there and pick up my watch over there and actually meet the person and stuff like that. And so I was like, I wanted to make it an event, and so I actually posted this on social media. Not this, a video of the YouTube review of the Longines chronograph watch. It's a master collection, and so I posted it on, and I was like, if anyone wants gifts for this, is perfect. But anyway, so I think that this is what it might be. But let me just rewind back and let you know how peculiar my life can be. So yesterday I posted a video. It's documented. I posted a video on a Facebook account, and it was the person that was installing my fiber optic internet, because I kind of upgraded to another network. So I have 2 internets in my house. I have Spectrum, and then I have another thing that's giving me fiber optics from the NOD, from their system to the NOD to the house and everything. And so it is faster because there's no lag in the surveillance cameras in the house. And when I do the speed tests, it's significantly faster. But anyway, so when he's there, we're talking. He sees a picture of me in a portrait of me back in 2002, and it's me. So he's like, "Oh, you box?" And so we're talking about that, and we're having a conversation about that. He says that he learned boxing. He learned boxing in prison, and so I just go on with the conversation. Then I circle back around to that point of the conversation. I said, "Yo, you said you were in prison. How long were you in jail for?" And he told me 11 years, and I was like, "Fuck, that's murder?" He's like, "No, this and that." And then I asked, so he was originally from Georgia, and he tells me that he moved here because of I said, do they have harsh penalties there? He says, "No, only for violent crimes." I was like, "You got 11 years?" And so and you did 11 years anyway. So he tells me because I asked what was in jail for. He tells me that one of his partners was coming over when he was a kid. They would smoke weed, they drink, and then he would go home, and he's like, "Yo, he got beef with these guys down the street." And so he was like, "No problem." So he lent him his father's or grandfather's pearl handle 22 or something like that, just so he could defend himself so they don't jump him. And so then he did the same. The guy did the same thing to other friends. Police come looking for the guy that was installing the internet in my house a long time ago. They Police went to his house a long time ago. He was in my house yesterday, installing the internet, and he's like, they picked him up because he gave a person a pistol that was used in a robbery, and the guy told him. So he went to jail for that. 3 people went to jail for a 2-person crime, and so anyway, so then I was like, I was like, so how do you like your transition into the state that we're in, where I live now? And he's like, I don't like it, this and that. And I was like, oh, the wife made you move? And he's like, well, it's a little bit strange. And then he tells me that he's like, well, he was supposed to just live in Georgia and then travel to the state that I'm in now and to work for the company and see how he likes it, and see if it's a fit for him. But right before, he says he was going to come for his job Mondays and he was going to leave Sunday. And he took a nap, and before he was gonna leave, his nephew, who he raised and lives with, came to the house, and he's nervous, and he's like, "Yo, he just killed 3 people." And he says, so he killed his best friend, his best friend's father, and his best friend's mother, and also, get this, he also shot the infant in the house. The infant lived, everyone else died. The 2 males that he shot died that day. The one died like 2 days later, the mother. And so he tells me that. He's like, so he leaves. His wife was like, yo, maybe we should go with you. He's like, nah, they ain't gonna do nothing. They know how I am, or they know how I was, so they're not gonna try nothing. And so then he gets a call on route to out of Georgia towards the state that I'm in, and he's like, he gets a call and he's like, yo, where are you? He's like, I'm on the road. And he's like, yo, turn around and pick up your family. And so he did. And they were looking for the guy, and they were looking to kill him. So they went to his house several times. Anyway, so he took his family and he just moved it. So it was an abrupt move. And so then I was like, wow. So he tells me the story, and he tells me that they were picked up. His nephew was picked up in Tennessee. And so I used that information. I Googled and checked out the people who killed in a motel. It was a friend, best friend type thing. It was an argument, and then he gave me the details. But it matched the news releases. And then he tells me, well, the same thing happened with his brother. And so I looked that up, and his brother did a racial killing or a racial assault, stabbed somebody real bad, and then when he was in jail, he killed his cellmate, the guy locked in a cell with him. So and then now I was like, wow, that's crazy. But before that, the day before that, what happened? I'm just watching. I have a Zoom meeting. I have a 1-hour Zoom meeting. It's business, work related type stuff, and I get compensated for it. But before it begins, EMS and the EMS supervisors show up on my street, across the street, not directly across the street, but one house away from directly across the street, so it's a diagonal. The person's crazy that lives there, and so, but I never seen police or EMS there. I seen them for the house 2 houses left from me all the time, prior to the house being sold to these good people now. But prior to when it was rental, EMS was there all the time, twice a week. Anyway, so now I'm watching, I do my meeting. When I get off, I'm like, oh, they're still there. And I see the EMS is not there, but I see police there, and they're not moving for nothing. And it's not a lot of police. But then I see them unloading a body bag from the house. I was like, oh, shit. And I see the crazy lady sitting on the side of the house, sobbing and stuff like that. She's a total idiot. And so now when so now I record this, so this is documented as well. The coroner taking the body bag and putting it in the back of a caravan that acts as a coroner van, and they take her and they go, and I'm like, oh snap! And I see other cars pull up, like one car pull up, a friend, associate of the residents of the house, because there was only 2 people living in the house. It was the crazy adult female with mental disabilities, and the mother with less mental disabilities, but still apparent issues. And so that happened like back to back. And then before then, I make a comment on social media like 4 weeks ago, a month ago, It was about an entertainer. I commented on the post. It was anyway. All I put was this. I said, "Nunu looks old." And it was that girl from that movie ATL, and she looks old. She got a fat face, and I was like, "Nunu looks so old." And some people liked it. Some people had comments saying I never responded, and then so somebody had responses saying they attacked me. Then they got on ethnic stuff and whatever this and that, and it was the typical Ebonic stuff, just like hood nonsense stuff that like an intelligent person wouldn't say. Like anyway, it's not of the lineage of Barack or Michelle Obama. They're saying some hood nonsense stuff, and so I countered with what they say, and I got away with words, and I try to keep with the facts, but in an insulting, soberly insulting way, like realistic. And so they're saying all sorts of crazy stuff. They're going full throttle, and they create a fake social media page, and they harass like 42 of my friends, and they create like 3 social media accounts. And they harass me, and I believe all of those got shut down. I think theirs went private, but anyway. And so all this happens in a short period of time. My life is drama. And so I was wondering, I talked to my friend today, and I said, yo, these 3 things happened in a short period of time. Let's see what happens today. And then I get the call from the jeweler, and this hasn't happened. And I have jewelry. I have jewelry that was custom made just for me, and it's valued. And I went, like, for example, this piece I had custom made just for me. Those 6 diamonds in the middle, those represent something. They represent several things, and I can clearly articulate. I'm not going to here now, but they do. I had a piece made by a famous jeweler. He's deceased now, and I didn't know he died, but I remember I went to go get a replica made of it in better quality, because his style was a little bit on the rugged style. He was a famous jeweler to the stars and stuff like that. Jeweler to some of your favorite stars. Anyway, what you can call it? And they just wanted to buy it. I wanted to make a replica of it. I said, yo, can you make? They were just like, yo, they just wanted to buy it. They just kept up in the ante. And they realized I was not selling it. I'm not in the business of selling it. And then they were just like, okay, get out of here. They didn't even want to make the piece, replica piece for it. They didn't want business. They just wanted that piece. So I'm accustomed to this stuff, but I've never had someone call me and say, Bob, we have a surprise gift for you. Please come pick it up. It's wrapped up for you. We'll be open from these hours. Ask for me personally, blah, blah, blah. They was like, just tell them your name. But anyway, that's where I'm at, and that's where I'm going. And so right now, I have 1 hour and 12 minutes more of driving to go to retrieve this exquisite gift. Now, it does not have to be a Longines Master Collection chronograph, but I suspect it is. Because I've been eyeballing this. I literally went to watch expos and looked at one watch. When I left, like 3 weeks later or 2 weeks later, because I was in that country for a couple months, I would look at Rolexes, Petit Philips, and stuff like that. But I was only there to look at this watch, and I only had eyes for this watch, and it was the masterpiece of the whole expo. Like I remember looking at the piece, and the guy's like, I was telling the person, I said, I really like this watch, and he's like, and I was like, and I'm explaining to him why it's better than a Rolex Daytona, which is priced at like $18,000. It's a chronograph, and I was like, this is better than that. And he was like, this is the watch of the expo, and he pointed towards the big huge banners that were like 2 stories long, and I knew that, but it's a totally understated watch. But anyway, that's it. I'm going. Bye.